My name is Michelle Lisa Polissaint. I was in the Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree program at Florida International University. I had decided in my mind that I was going to go to school in Boston with my friend, and then we went to Boston and it was very expensive. And so I chose to go find a state school. I would get state tuition at FIU because I grew up in Palm Beach. I did sit down with someone and discuss what I wanted to do. You show your work. Some schools maybe you submit a portfolio, but FIU's program had you stand in front of your work and have this very nervous and scary process of the professors and people from the program kind of walking around and other students looking at your work and then asking questions. And it started a conversation for you about your work. My first review was horrible. I cried afterwards. I was really sad because I felt like I did a really bad job. And then they were really good for the rest of the time that I was there, but the first couple of years was really bad. I'm gonna say a high school me. I would say to work really hard in observational drawing. Observational drawings and just being able to draw like as a base is really important for every field in the arts that you're probably going to be interested in. I've got a camera. I'm interested in photography. I'm just going to shoot photography. While drawing is really, I think, something that helped me with my photography because I did study drawing and painting to start from a really young age, and photography is what I do now. So it's not like I don't know how to draw. You know, I did dancing, acting, singing. I was really good at math in high school as well. Didn't go far with that because I didn't like it, but I was pretty good at it. Art made way more sense for me. And now although I do have a personal practice, I'm really interested in arts administration now. And I don't think I would have come to that conclusion if I hadn't gone to an art school. I would say the most beneficial thing is connections, but also the size. The program was quite small, so those connections were really close. In my personal practice, other people are really important. And so if somebody needs an internship or they need an intern for something, I'm able to use my own personal resources to help them do that. And I think that's really important. And I think some other people may not think it's that important, but for me, it's an important thing. I would say this program did change me as an artist, for sure. I mean, I kind of mentioned how it really introduced me to conceptual work. But I think just personally, I grew as a person. A lot of my work addresses this as well. And like before, we were talking a bit about how I grew up in this like very, very strict religious church. And so moving here was kind of like a culture shock. It was a bit like, especially a city like Miami, I only grew up an hour north of here. And despite that, it feels like a whole other world sometimes when I'm doing things. I mean, aside from the fact that I can't find biscuits and gravy anywhere here. My brother passed away in 2012 while I was at school. I left school on a Thursday afternoon and drove to Palm Beach to be with my family, to check in on them, to see how he was doing because he was still sick at the time. And then basically the next day he passed away. And I went back to school a week after that, and every professor gave me a hug. It confirmed that I'd found a place where I felt really comfortable, but also where people wanted me to feel really comfortable. And that was just a very, very influential part of my whole experience. And then I was there for 2 more years afterwards, at a point where I thought that I was just gonna leave because that had happened, but I was like, no, I gotta stay here, because it was just perfect. It just was the perfect place for me, and I was like my last choice for a school, and it just ended up being the most perfect environment for me to be in and for me to experience and learn things in. Yeah.